Hey, it's Courtney Woolford. Welcome back to the Family Gossips podcast. And today I have joining me
Courtney Woolford.
And we will be talking about how we grew up together, what is it like being the middle child, and maybe a little bit on relationships. But we'll see where it goes. Welcome to the podcast, Court. And how do you feel to be the first guest on the second episode of the Family Gossips podcast?
Thank you. I feel very honoured, very special, and I'm glad to be here.
Thank you very much. Fascinating, isn't it?
Yes.
Even though you were the only person to agree to come on as the first guest. Everyone else was shouting at me. But you agreed.
I agreed.
We're happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to be here. For the listeners.
Yes.
You like talking to me?
Yes.
I'm not sure I like talking to you. Of course I like talking to you. Middle child syndrome, isn't it? Does anyone else like the middle child? Or does the middle child always get left out? Is it mad that the middle child is on the first guest episode of the Family Gossips podcast?
It is mad.
I could have picked Jade. Jade will be on here one day, but when will Jade be on? She could be on a 10th episode. Now you should feel privileged. Jade's the youngest. You'll meet her. Listen to her. Same thing, right? Same thing.
Same thing.
Don't just laugh at me. We don't want her laughing. So, if I was to ask you, what's the funniest story you can tell on the podcast, off the top of your head? The funniest story, anything that's happened in your life, on a pod to the listeners. They've all got their AirPods in, or in the car, on the radio,
Or at work.
or at work. I do that a lot. Newlyweds, shout newlyweds out. Wednesdays, growing pains, even though they don't upload anymore. Quite sad. Anyway, funniest story. Back to it. It's got very quiet.
When Mum and Jade were at the shopping centre in Hanley, and they were holding hands down the stairs, and Mum slipped down the stairs with Jade and took Jade with her.
Was that when it was icy?
Yes.
Outside?
Yes.
Oh, I remember.
And I have another one.
Oh, another one.
When we were walking up the Wrekin, or walking up some sort of hill, and you were trying to show off and you nearly slipped and fell.
And I dropped my Magnum ice cream.
Yes.
You know how expensive ice creams are now?
Your £3 Magnum ice cream.
£3.50. It's not funny. They're very expensive ice creams. That's your funniest story. You beat me. I won't tell mine. I don't have any funny stories anyway. I honestly don't have any funny stories. What's your most embarrassing? Oh, do. She's gone very red in the face. I know you guys can't see it, but I'd love you to see it. Maybe we'll bring in video podcast one day. Embarrassing?
When I was very, very little, and we were walking home from town, and I let Mum know that I really needed to go to the toilet next to Nan and Grandad's, but she wouldn't let me go because it was late at night after Jade's dance class. But we were nearly home, and I had an accident.
An accident?
Yes.
A bad accident?
Yes.
Would you like to tell any more about the accident?
No.
Is that case closed?
Yes.
Sorry. Invalid. Well, we liked the story. Well, I'm not sure I did. I might need a sick bowl. It smells a bit. Have you done it again? You better not have. Just cleaned in here. Just cleaned. It's better not have had your accident again.
I was little.
How little? Bearing in mind, guys, she's about 5'6" now, so that's little, isn't it? So you were 4.
I'm 5'4".
Oh, you're 5'4".
Yes.
Oh. So you're little now.
Say I was like 6.
6.
Yeah.
That's... Well, accidents happen, huh? Accidents happen. But we won't talk anymore. I can see you getting embarrassed. I don't want you to not want to come on the podcast again. You know, middle child syndrome and that. Who at home is the middle child and has middle child syndrome? You know, if it was like mum, dad, 3 kids, the one that would be left out on a roller coaster, would it be the third child or would it be dad? In ours, it was always dad. Always dad. Me or Jade would get shoved with Courtney, and then one of us with mum. Dad would be left on his own at the back of the roller coaster. Might not go on tires, might not see dad for a week. Bye, dad. See you, dad.
But I was never with mum.
Oh no, never with mum. Mum don't like middle child.
Yes, she does.
I don't think mum likes middle child.
Yes, she does.
Sure.
Yes.
When she's on the podcast, will she say otherwise?
No.
You sure? Mm-hmm. We'll see. These listeners have very good memory. They'll see. If we see you online and we get you back on this podcast, they won't be happy. They won't want to see you again. They'll think of your middle child syndrome.
That's not true, because the middle child syndrome has the best personality, so they'll bring it all out.
Best personality?
Yes, but people just don't know how to handle it.
So I'm the oldest. You're the middle. Jade's the youngest. All of us will be on this podcast.
Yes.
And the listeners get to choose who is the best sibling. One girl was 2 boys. How's that fair? How's that fair? She's gone quiet. She's gone quiet.
I do have the best personality.
Positive?
Yes.
100%. Okay, it's getting boring now. Move on to the next.
1000%.
Okay. Hobbies?
Hobbies?
Do you like... I'm trying to make a good conversation. See, middle child syndrome, guys. Trying to make a good conversation with the middle sister. Oh, yes. Oh, don't worry. I'll try and come up with everything off the top of my head. Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry. Just stare into my eyes. If this was on video right now, you'd see how red she is just looking at me. Can we please stop this podcast? Why did I agree to be on this podcast? She's gone so red. Why did I agree to be on this podcast? So we were talking about hobbies. What hobbies? Have you got any hobbies? I like boxing, but guess what? Connor's crippled at the minute. That's obviously something you heard in episode 1. We won't talk about that again because it'll bore you. But hobbies.
I like being around animals.
What type of animals? Lizards, giraffes, ponies,
Dogs, horses.
anything else?
I like...
The listeners are going to be in the car. If they're thinking of their hobbies, I
like doing diamond art.
Diamond art.
I do a lot of diamond art.
What diamond art?
We did one of Alfie, our past dog.
Our past dog. I have a tattoo of Alfie on my upper thigh.
You do?
Portrait.
I'm going to get my first tattoo soon.
What tattoo are you getting?
One with Alfie in it.
One with Alfie in it?
Yes.
But what design?
Flowers.
Flowers, that'd be nice.
With
Any
the-
colour?
Yeah.
What?
Mostly black and white.
Black and white?
Yeah.
Colour in the eyes?
Yeah, a bit of shade.
Alfie's eye colour? Brown?
Yes.
Just in the eyes?
Yes.
Don't want much colour in your tattoos.
No.
Fades.
No.
Other people might say different. Where are you getting it?
The same place you went.
No. Where are you getting your tattoo?
On my thigh.
What part of your thigh? Front, back,
Front.
side?
Front or side. Front or side.
Be nice on the front.
Front.
Be nice. When are you getting it?
Big brothers know best. A few months.
Did you guys hear that? We've got that on record.
It was sarcasm.
Big brothers know best.
Sarcasm.
Big brothers know best.
Sarcasm.
I'm gonna tell mum and dad.
Oh.
Big brothers know best. Well, I think we've hit the jackpot. What's that noise that they play when you hit the jackpot? You know, shaking my head. I wish, we're going to have to bring video to the podcast one day. You need to see the gestures she gives me. Like, I could have been better on my own, like the first episode. Oh, now she goes, oh no, with the gesture. You know, like when you're watching animation or Tom and Jerry, because they don't talk in the animated show, just for gestures. And oh no. And now she just laughs. It's like, please, Connor, help me. Why did you get me on this podcast?
Yes.
No, we've how long have we been? Well, how long? How old are you? 19?
Yes.
19?
Nearly 20.
20 years you've
20
been in my
years
life.
old I am. 20 years old.
You've been in my life 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm 21.
There's only a year between us.
22 this year.
There's only a year and a half between us.
Better. Did you do maths?
Yes.
Did you pass?
Well, we didn't have GCSEs because of COVID.
Ah, COVID. History. Being in history books.
Yes.
The Spanish flu.
Yes.
What else was there?
Bird flu.
Bird flu, that still goes around now.
Yes. It's out again now.
Bird flu.
Because Sarah's
And
had to
pigeons?
quarantine her chickens.
Chickens.
Chickens are birds, they're not allowed out.
Oh, I forgot chickens are birds because they got wings, innit?
Yes.
Yep. What about penguins?
I don't know. They
Pheasants?
can't fly. Pheasants are birds.
Pigeons?
Pigeons are birds.
Eagles?
Yes.
Bald eagles?
Are you dumb?
Flamingos? Okay, we've had enough of birds. I'm bored of birds.
I'm bored of birds.
You're bored of birds.
Yes.
Didn't ask your opinion.
I don't like birds.
Why don't you like birds?
Because I don't like you.
Oh! So it's quick with that one. Very quick with that one. Might have hurt my heart a little bit. I invited you on this podcast.
Only because no one else would.
Well, that's nasty. Who will we have on next week?
See, middle children have the best personality.
Who will we have on next week?
Jade,
Who's Jade?
my little sister. Our little sister.
Our little sister.
Emma,
Emma. Who's Emma?
your fiance.
The fiance.
Mum,
Hey, I've got a question for you.
yes.
How do you spell fiance, but for the woman?
Fiance.
Wrong.
E.
Actually, no, sorry. Oh, no, sorry, that's right. It's 2 E's for the woman, it's 1 E for the man. Sorry, you were right. Sorry. Just give me a death stare now. You know, that woman death stare. Yeah, you better say you was wrong. Otherwise, I'm going to come over there and slap you. All she does is laugh at me. We were at Morrison's today. You know, it's your Morrison's got them little trolleys for the kids now. The kids can push around. Emma got one earlier that we were pushing around Morrison's. And you should have seen the looks people give you. It's like, what are you doing with that trolley? What are you doing with that trolley? All we had in it was chicken breasts, Munster. Oh, get this. Oh, got me a regular meal deal from Morrison's earlier. £4 now for a meal deal, isn't it? Actually, £3.99.
So expensive now.
Got the mum's special Morrison's discount now.
Yes.
That comes in handy when you go
Best
shopping.
thing about Mum working at Morrison's.
But onto the story. I got one of the new Vimto energy drink cans, and she said, "Oh, can I have a sip of your drink?" And I said, "A sip you can have." So you know how people, you take your sip. She said, "That's not bad, that is." She took another sip, and then she spat in the can.
Because someone made me laugh.
She laughed and spat in the can, and you saw the saliva dribbling down the side of the can.
It wasn't the saliva, it was the drink.
And she said, "No, I didn't spit in it. I promise. I promise I didn't spit in it, Connor. I promise."
I didn't spit in it. I made because someone made me laugh.
But I was enjoying my drink, which was the moral of the story. So we went back to Morrison's.
You drank over half of it.
We went back to Morrison's and I got, what did I get? Monster Mango. Nice
Yes.
drink. Don't drink much Monster though. Too high in caffeine.
It's bad for you.
I can't drink much caffeine. It makes me go loopy. Have a caffeine, I can run miles.
You're loopy enough.
Not with
Not at the minute.
dodgy legs. Call you Dodgy Con. Nickname Dodgy Con.
Dodgy
Should be
Con?
the Family Gossips podcast with Dodgy Con.
Yes.
When I introduce, welcome to the Family Gossips podcast. I'm your host, Dodgy Con. And today I'll be joining me, Courtney. No.
Courtney. Say my name normally.
Oh, I've got another funny story. So I remember our first abroad holiday, Medina, Spain, with Nan and Grandad. And Courtney was about, how old? I was about 11, 12 years old.
I was 9.
So you would have been about 10, 9.
I was 9, so you were about 11.
And I remember at the reception desk once, I think the dude was called Nero.
Yes.
At the reception, and we went up to the reception. Nan and Grandad were asking something, and Courtney said to one of the what do you call workers in hotels?
Receptionist. They were a receptionist.
Receptionist, and she said, "How do you say my name in Spanish?" And they said, "What's your name?" And she said, "Courtney." And they replied, obviously because they have their accent, they replied, "Courtney." So Courtney was pronouncing her name as Courtney for the rest of the holiday. And when we got back, she said to Mum and Dad, "Guess what my name is in Spanish?" She went, "Courtney." If we're thinking about holidays again, she met a friend, didn't you, there in Medina?
Yes.
Do you remember her name?
Chlorine.
No, so
Chlorine.
she was Scottish, wasn't she?
Yes.
Really like nice Scottish accent.
Yes.
I'm not going to attempt it. Do you want I am blue?
It was Clory.
So yeah, Courtney met this friend called Clory, and as the holiday went on, so I'd call her Clory, Nan and Grandad would call her Clory. But when Nan and Grandad spoke to her parents at the end of their holiday, because we were there a bit longer than them, they just brought up Clory in conversation. Not sure why, but they pronounced it as what?
Chloe.
So the whole holiday, we'd been calling her Clory just because how she pronounced it in her accent sounded like Clory instead of Chloe. So Nan and Grandad felt like plonkers around her parents when they'd say, "Oh, Chloe's a nice girl, isn't she?" But the parents would be like, "Who's Chloe?" "My daughter's Chloe."
It'd be amazing if she was watching this and we met each other again.
Wouldn't it?
Yes.
I have another story about holidays. Not on a broad holiday. We went camping. My first ever girlfriend. Redhead she was.
Yes.
Can't remember much. Helena. Was it? Helena. She we were in a caravan. I think I met her about 2-3 days before we left. On camping sites you have the park, and I think we were on a swings or something, and she came running over. I said, "You have really nice hair." And I was trying to flirt, but as kids do, "Hey, you have really nice hair." She said, "Thank you. Who are you with?" I said, "My Nan and Grandad." "Just them, no one else. Can come over to the caravan if you like, meet them." Don't think she ever did though. I think she was pretty scared of me. I was pretty, I was pretty up front. I think I was scaring her. Like how the clown is.
Oh, I hate clowns.
How he goes, just to the kids. Come here close. Come on. "Hey, Georgie." Now I'm terrible at impressions. Actually, I keep going off tangent, but I can do a really cool Stitch impression. Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
Ohana means family. Isn't that a good Stitch impression?
It's okay. But my ADHD brain doesn't lie.
Awkward silence. Have you ever watched Lilo and Stitch?
Yes, I have a Stitch teddy.
Oh, Ohana means everything to Stitch.
It's a good impression.
That's a good impression.
It's okay.
So I could be a voice actor for Stitch.
6 out of 10.
I could put in an audition to voice for Stitch.
No.
And get given it. With their auto-tune. Studios can put this auto-tune.
Maybe.
Like, me and Emma, we went to watch Wicked in cinema twice.
I've not even seen it once.
And she's brought it on Amazon Prime. We can watch it tomorrow. We're watching it with Mum
I'll do it
tomorrow. And now all I'm doing every day is going, dancing through life.
I'm at work tomorrow.
Oh.
Alphabet, Glenda. Alphabet, Glenda. I'm a witch and I'm a witch.
No more of that. The listeners will turn off now. They've all gone now.
We were roommates back in school. Alfie's awkward, Glenda's cool.
But no, when you're doing it, it's got to be the Alfie's awkward, Glenda's cool.
No, because they're not men.
Yeah, but the difference in tone of voice. She rolled her eyes at me. She rolled her eyes. That's not very nice.
Next.
What do you mean next?
You're boring me.
That's nasty. We don't have any necks in this episode. We
do.
talk about our life as siblings. Do you not like looking up to me as your big brother? Inspiration. And all she does is laugh.
You are a good big brother.
Thank you very much.
And I love you.
Oh, in the car though, she scares me in the car. So we were pulling out of a lay-by earlier. She was waiting. So, indicator! That was a bit loud. Ooh. No, I said, indicator. I said, oh, indicator. And so we brought her these LED lights for Christmas. Was it Christmas?
Yes.
You know, them LED strip lights that go on the under the dashboard and stuff of your car. We brought them for Christmas, and the package is just sat in her passenger side, and she hasn't even bothered putting them up.
The same with my dash cam.
You got a dash cam,
Mum bought it.
and you haven't used it.
Yes.
Why?
Because I've not had time to set it up yet. I'm a very busy girl.
Busy.
Yes.
So I've had to take up your time to come on this podcast. I feel privileged.
With my people.
People. Now we're talking about people. I've heard a story.
What's the story?
When I got home today,
Yes.
Courtney met a boy.
Yes.
He goes by Wayne,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
He's from Cape Town.
Yes.
And I got introduced to him.
Yes.
Wayne seems like a nice...
And what did he ask you?
He kindly asked for my permission to date my beautifully younger sister. And I said, granted.
Yes.
Dwayne. His new name's Dwayne to me, by the way, because I asked him at first, because Wayne's his middle name. You know, people like to either be called their middle name or their first name. What was his first name?
Devereaux.
Devereaux. So I said, what would you prefer, Devereaux or Wayne? And he said, either. So, what's better than Dwayne?
Even though Mum came up with that, so I'm not going to let you get the spotlight for that.
Okay, Mum gets the spotlight for that. God, I'm just trying to be cool, alright? You never let me have anything. All I wanted was a little bit of, I don't know. I wanted to come up with that. Awkward silence as she, you know how people like silently laugh. She loves to silently laugh. But I'm gonna ask you a serious question,
Yes.
and you got to be truthful.
Yes.
Who is the most influential person in your life?
Influential.
Person.
Does that mean who do I look up to?
Yeah, be truthful.
My mum.
Oh, Mum.
Yes.
Why is it Mum?
Because she's hardworking.
Oh, yeah,
She's respectful.
yeah,
She's taught me how a boy should treat me.
yeah,
And now I can talk to her.
yeah. We're doing good on this.
She accepts me.
Yeah. That's how many?
We're best friends.
Oh, I know, I need some tissue. Guys, can you bring me some tissue?
And she's accepted my boyfriend.
So your boyfriend and girlfriend now?
Yes.
Oh, you know how when you're on the phone to someone or your boyfriend, a girlfriend example, and you'll keep going, bye, love you, baby. I'll call you later. I'll talk to you later. And then you say, but you end the phone. No, you end the phone. Just end the phone. Will you end the phone? I am getting fed up of the same arguments every day. Honestly, I think since I've been here, 3 or 4 times, it's been Courtney, end the phone. Dwayne, end the phone. No, Courtney calls him Wayne, don't you? Or
Yes.
baby. Wayne or baby. What about Wayne baby? Or baby Wayne? If he listens to this, he's going to love me, isn't he?
He's gonna hate you.
Hate me?
He's gonna be even more nervous than he was earlier when he first met you and met Dad.
He shouldn't be nervous. Oh, meeting Dad was the best
He
thing
was
ever.
very scared to meet Dad.
So in my family, we've been brought up as Liverpoolian supporters.
Why NWA?
You'll never walk alone, correct. Well, my granddad brought me up as Liverpool, and sisters and mum have kind of followed, but my dad has always been a Wolverhampton Wanderers. And I asked Wayne if he's followed football, just asking questions. It was like an interview, wasn't it?
Yeah, he felt so pressured, the poor guy.
And guess what team he said? The hatred that rose upon me.
Manchester United.
Man United. What a team to support. He could have chose from 2 Reds and he chose United instead of the Scouse. Look at where they are in the Premier League table. Courtney's probably never looked at the Premier League table in her life.
But her brother did tell me yesterday that Man United are something better than Liverpool at the minute at something.
You're going to make me...
They've like got a higher number or something.
You're going to make me speechless now. I'm going to bring up the Premier League table.
They've got a higher number at something.
I'm going to bring up the Premier League table.
They have.
And who do you think is first in the Premier League?
Liverpool.
Correct.
But they've got a higher number at something.
They have a higher... Yeah, you know what they probably have a higher number at?
Like, I swear, he said like 22.
Goals against. Do you know what that means, though?
No.
Goals other teams have scored against them. Liverpool sit at the top of the Premier League, 53 points. Manchester United sit 12th with 29 points.
Sorry, Wayne, but oh dear.
That's 24 points ahead and with 22 or 23 games played.
And he is listening to this, you know. He said he wants to be the first listener.
First listener.
Yes.
Well, hit it every Monday. New episode. Do you support football much? Well, do you follow it? I know you support it, but do you like when Liverpool's on TV? Do you follow?
They kick a ball around a field, roll around on the floor, and act like little babies, and get paid more than doctors and nurses.
Wow, she's feisty. She's
I'm a middle child.
Middle child syndrome. Hashtag middle child syndrome. I'm gonna make that a real hashtag.
Speak the truth.
Speak the truth of the
Some people
truth.
just can't handle.
Oh, I think we've gathered. We've gathered. You can speak the truth.
Yep.
I can handle it.
I don't think so.
I just need some. I need some tissue. I'm not crying. No, I was actually sad the other day when Liverpool's game in the Champions League versus, I don't know how to. I'm sorry, if there's any French listeners or supporters of the team, Lille or Lille, something. Liverpool versus Lille or Lille. But it's the game Dad and Grandad went to watch because Grandad was nice enough to get us tickets to go and watch, but because of my situation, not being able to walk at the minute, Dad had to take my ticket. And Dad, being a Wolves supporter, had to sit in Anfield. Yeah! So I really wanted to try and see him on a TV, get a picture of him with his because Grandad put his Liverpool scarf around him, and I wanted to just see if I could get a picture of it and post it on Facebook. I have changed team. I'm no longer a Wanderers supporter. I'm a Scouse. Do you actually support Liverpool though?
Yeah, even though that might change when I've got my man here with me.
Oh, that might... Oh, why?
Might end up becoming a Man United supporter.
No, you don't just become.
Yeah.
Once you support, the listeners all know, once you support, you stick.
I'm a Liverpool supporter.
Look at the Man United supporters. They're doing terrible, but they've stuck with their team.
We've got Salah, do 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 do.
And
Mane, do 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 do. I don't know.
Okay,
this.
we won't finish it off.
But we sold.
Coutinho. Good
That
player
doesn't
he
matter
was.
at all, actually.
Oh, it's Kinder Buenos. Off topic, sorry. What is your biggest challenge in life? If I was to just think anything, it could be that it's gone or that you're dealing with. What is your biggest challenge in life? Like that could be leading up to? You could have gone through it? What? Awkward silence again.
My past, which we can go into on another episode.
Okay, we'll leave that for another episode. Let the
Yes.
listeners down. Uh-oh. Oh, I got the eye rolled again. Awkward silence.
Anxiety.
Anxiety.
That is my biggest battle, my anxiety.
Anxiety's a very... that's just, yeah.
And finding something to help me control it.
Maybe your boyfriend.
Yes.
Maybe Dwayne.
He's made me a lot happier, as Mum has said.
He's made you a lot happier.
Yes.
Have noticed.
Didn't Mum tell you I was a better person?
Normally, what we get from Courtney, being middle child syndrome again, you know how kids, after they'd had a telling off or something, they'd slam the door behind them, crawl up the stairs like an elephant walking, making it so loud, slamming their bedroom door shut, and then just screaming. And here...
I don't scream.
And here,
I cry silently.
your bedroom's above the kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah, her bedroom's above the kitchen, and all you can hear, even if you're in the living room, I'm not going to scream. I was going to scream, but I'm not going to scream. But you're a sensible young woman.
Yes.
I'm glad to call you my sister.
Oh, how cringe.
God. We try and have special moments, and they get ruined by how cringe. But out of every family guest we have on this podcast, I want to try and get out at least one secret you know that I don't. Awkward silence again. She stares at me into the abyss. If you don't know, it's fine. I'm just trying to see how many secrets I can get from different family members that other members of the family might not know, but we're all going to know. If you've got one. I've got all the time in the world. Maybe the listeners don't.
Right, let me think. I don't know.
No secrets?
Oh, yes.
She's got a secret. I'm intrigued.
When Mum told me to tidy my room once, in the old house I think this was, so I had more room under my bed, I just shoved everything to the back of my bed, and Mum still doesn't know to this day that I just shoved everything to the back of my bed and shouted Mum up and said, "Look, Mum, it's all tidy." And then on the weekend, when Mum wasn't home, I just got everything from behind my bed, because it was mostly stuff that needed to go in the bin anyway, and got a big bin bag, chucked it all outside, but I blamed Jade for most of it.
You blame Jade?
Yeah, for all the rubbish that was in our room, and then everything else, I had clothes that I hadn't... So that's another secret. Sometimes I have clothes that won't fit in my drawers or I can't be bothered to put away yet, so I just put them back in the washing basket to be washed again.
That is nasty. Mum and Dad are going to hear this. But I love that it's coming out. The secrets I have just discovered. And now you're naughty.
But I do washing on a Friday.
Do you?
3 loads this Friday. when I'm not at work. I do work long shifts.
Free loads.
Yes.
3 loads.
Yes.
3
I
loads.
did 3 loads. And I was in and out for your sister.
So when you talk about loads of washing,
Yeah.
is it all your washing?
No, it's everyone's.
Everyone's.
Washing.
I think people are bored about talking about washing anyway.
I think so. For definite. Washing's boring.
Washing is boring. I haven't had to do any washing because I can't walk.
Chores are boring.
Chores are interesting.
Chores keep the mind busy.
Good for your anxiety.
Yes.
I think this is the most I've talked to you directly as middle child in one sitting.
Yes, probably.
Before you shout at me like normal.
But if I have an ADHD brain, like I'm on the assessment list for, I can't hold conversations well.
Hold this conversation well.
Somehow.
Somehow. Awkward silence. I need something to add in the awkward silence moments when it's caught. Sorry, I hiccuped. Courtney just stares at me like, please give me something to talk about, otherwise I'm going to go.
Yes.
Now she's all clipped up to the microphones and stuff. But how have you felt like being on the podcast so far?
Good.
Is good a good?
Yeah.
Anything else? I'm trying to make it sound like it's epic so I can get everyone else from the family on.
Amazing. I've loved it. Oh my gosh.
Maybe a little loud. Tone down the volume and go again.
Amazing. I've loved it. Oh my gosh.
No. We'll just we'll stick with it, I guess.
Yep. That's right.
Your outfit's looking nice today. What you wearing? It's Adidas.
Yes.
What's the leggings? Trackie, sorry. Adidas.
Yeah.
Adidas tracksuit.
Yeah.
Black socks.
Yes.
Hair, just do what Galinda does. Toss. You seen it on TikTok?
No.
In the movie, she teaches Elphaba. She goes, first, the hair. And then she goes, toss. And then she says, you try. And she goes, toss. Let's go. That's a... what does she say? That's a choice. She's funny, you should watch it.
Okay.
£15.99, Amazon Prime.
Okay. I go to the cinema, it's cheaper.
Yeah, no, it's not, because it's... How much is it a view? I can't remember how much it is. £8 per seat, I think. So £16.
Something
So
like that.
yeah, but you can have it forever on your TV or watch it once at the cinema.
Okay, my choice.
How about you come up with a conversation?
How about... No.
How about
I'm at work tomorrow?
how about don't argue with me? I know I said sibling arguments on the trailer, but I don't like arguing.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm just making it clear I'm at work tomorrow.
Okay, you're scaring me now. The eyes have got larger. The red face has
10 and a half hours.
Is that it?
I do 42-hour weeks.
Is that it?
So then we get a long weekend. But it's an amazing job, so I'm not complaining.
A long weekend? Oh yeah, Friday to Sunday?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want a new job?
No.
Oh.
I'm happy where I am.
Well, who's going to edit all this?
You've got nothing to do. You can't work.
That's below the belt. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Awkward silence again. I promise in the next couple of episodes, if any other guest does that, I'm going to get something to go in them awkward silence moments, which you just stare at me and it's like, please, Connor, help me. No, Jade will always have something to talk about. Mum will just babble me on, talk about embarrassing things. I think the best person that's going to be on this podcast, I don't want to say who it's going to be.
Grandad.
Grandad. My granddad, he's a funny man. He's...
Jesus, you're not even talking about me. I'm the one
Sorry.
here.
Sorry, sorry. Sorry, this is the sister episode, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. No. But if I was to think of something to ask you, what would be your biggest pet peeve? What's your biggest pet peeve to, like, I guess people or just anything, like in work, anywhere? What's your biggest pet peeve that you hate?
I've got a few.
A few.
Yes. Getting spoken over when you're speaking.
Is that directed at me?
No.
Good.
When you allow someone to have their side of the story, but when you try to speak, they'll just speak over you. So that kind of links in with the same one.
I like it.
When people walk into you and they don't apologise.
Big one.
When people know they have done something wrong, but they can't admit it.
Big one.
So you end up apologising for no reason.
I've had to do that to you a couple of times.
And people who talk with food in their mouth.
You do that.
It makes me heave.
You do that.
I only do it if I need to go somewhere.
You do that.
Like
if you need to go somewhere, you talk with food in your mouth.
Yeah, because I'm eating, but I need to go. I'm busy. Bye.
Are you one of these?
I don't talk with food in my mouth.
Are you one of these in the car that will have a sandwich and, you know, as you see, like van drivers or something, and I'll have a fat ass sandwich, like bacon bap or something filled.
No.
All their sauce dripping down their hand whilst they're driving.
I've had a breakfast bar on the way to work in the morning. I've had a tub of strawberries and grapes sat on the passenger seat, and I'm just eating it while I've gone for a drive.
Grapes?
Yeah.
What a concoction. It started with breakfast bar. Grapes.
Yeah.
What else?
Strawberries.
Strawberries? Who
Yeah.
eats strawberries in the car?
Me?
Chocolate or no?
Not really.
Hey, when I get into Courtney's car, every time, she's got, you know how people just have a tub of chewing gum? She's got the, what are they called? What's that? Airwaves?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and my chewing gum. I always put a piece of chewing gum in my mouth as soon as I get into the car.
Yeah, she's the cool girl. You know, the one hand on the steering wheel.
My
She puts
sunglasses.
sunglasses, the finger on her face, and she reverses out the drive on the Ring doorbell. If you zoom in on, because she's only like 5'4", she's got a Renault Clio, and all you can see is her head and her finger on her face with her sunglasses.
My chewing gum.
And a chewing gum going nom nom. And
It keeps me quiet.
the Ring doorbell. If you don't have a Ring doorbell, get a Ring doorbell, because sometimes they're the most entertaining thing to have. Do you remember when me and Ollie and his girlfriend Kath came in? We'd been out
Drunk.
We'd been out drinking, and I just said be quiet because everyone will be in bed, and he put his face in the Ring doorbell and he went shh. I know you can't see, but just imagine someone's face close up on the Ring doorbell, just going shh. And 'cause at night, the picture's obviously black and white, so it was really scary.
Back to embarrassing moments. I remember when we all went out drinking with Georgia for her birthday, and I got in an argument with barman Tom because he would refuse to serve me any more drinks.
Barman Tom?
Yeah, that was his name.
Where?
At Clive, the one with the bald head, where you got into the fight as well.
Hey, no discriminating. Bold people might like being bold.
Well, they have no choice, they can't grow hair.
That's nasty. What if I shave my head? As my sister, if you could give any advice to the podcast about anything,
Yeah.
what would your advice be?
Don't worry what others think. Be yourself. Do your own thing, as long as you're kind. And always be kind to others, because you don't know their story. You don't know what they're going through. One wrong word could dramatically change someone's life.
That deserves a clap, girl. That's all the claps you get. But no, that was very inspirational. That was very inspirational for me. That was very... How is work life at the minute? Going back onto work, sorry. How's work?
Busy?
Busy?
Yes.
What is it you do at work for the pod?
make dog treats, but they're all vegan, natural, grain-free.
Bit of what's it called there? Bit of mousse. I don't know the word. I'm so sorry. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a nice job, nice people.
Nice and little, isn't it? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice
We're
bunch.
We're growing.
I'll come get a job with you.
You're no use at the minute.
I could be the computer guy. You know, every place has a computer desk.
Well, you'll have to speak to Sarah, won't you?
I'll just be. I'll sort the orders out. I'll make the cup of teas. I'll make a good brew, proper brew. PG tips. I don't mind what tea bag. I can't tell the difference between tea bags.
Warm Ribena when you've got a sore throat.
Oh, I don't like warm juice.
It's well nice.
I'm not a fan of warm juice. That awkward silence again. Honestly, guys, if you could see the look I get terrified.
Well, what is the time now, Connor Woolford?
Yes. We see. I just like to be with my sister.
I love you too, but you don't have to work now.
I do have to work.
I have responsibilities. I'm a big girl now. 20 years old.
20 years old. No, you're not 20.
Basically.
When's your birthday? April.
Yeah.
So how long we got? March. 2 months.
Yeah.
2 months. Not long, is it?
No.
Not long.
No.
But is there anything else you'd like to include before we wrap up the Family Gossips podcast?
Stay safe. Stay blessed. Don't worry about what other people think. God is good. You're here for a reason. Just have fun.
That is epic. That is such an outro. Well, guys, we thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the second but first episode with a guest on. Obviously, there will be another episode out next week, but we'll keep it a surprise for who's coming on. And thank you very much for coming on, Courtney.
Thank you.
No problem. And I will see you all next Monday. Thanks for listening.